Hey guys, Lone Wolf 2864. Hope you guys enjoyed this build walkthrough of my new gaming PC, as well as the unboxing of all the new parts and components. Enjoy. Alright, so to start things off, here's a look at the MSI Z87 GD65 gaming motherboard. Of course, the Z87 motherboard's coming out to support the Haswell CPUs. So if you're looking into getting a Haswell CPU, either i5 or an i7, make sure you get the Z87 platform motherboards. I've actually never had any experience with MSI products or motherboards, but from the reviews I've read, they all seem to be very well put together. There's a look at the awesome case badges you get with this motherboard. I know a lot of people don't really get into case badges and stickers and stuff, but I really enjoy those, and it looks nice. But there's software, drivers, the disk that basically gives you all the drivers for your onboard components, and a quick start guide. They also give you a manual to list all the software and applications that it comes with. I haven't actually gone through that yet. And of course the full user manual. That's handy to have if you're having trouble hooking something up on your motherboard. And of course they give you a nice door hanger, which I love that saying right there. That's the one I use. I'm not here. And they also give you an SLI bridge if you're going to be using multiple GPUs, so that's nice. And there's a nice color coded labeled rear panel cover, and you also get I believe it's either 4 or 6 SATA connection cables. And go ahead and take the motherboard out of the static case here, and I must say I really love the look of this motherboard. I love the whole red and black dragon theme they've got going on. It looks really nice. On to the power supply here. I went ahead and decided to go with the 750 watt from Corsair. I had originally planned on getting an 850, but as of right now I'm just using the single GPU, so 750 watt is plenty good enough for what I'm using it for right now. Always nice packaging, as most Corsair products have, and you'll see here in a minute the detail that they put in their packaging and products and everything is just top notch. I must say I was not expecting some of the casing and packaging that they use on their products, but you get a nice user manual, quick start guide, all the usual stuff. And I believe this power supply also comes with a $20 or $25 mail-in rebate. I don't know if that's still active or not on Newegg, but the power supply itself comes in this nice plush fabric-y kind of case. It's really nice, and then they give you a separate bag for all of your SATA and Molex power connections. So if you're not going to be using all of them, it's something nice to keep them in and keep it out of the way. But here's the case I was talking about for the power supply itself. It's really nice fabric-y kind of material. And of course the HX series, this is a fully modular power supply, meaning that you only have the connections that you're going to need as far as your motherboard power connections, and then all of the other SATA and Molex connections that you might need you can put on separately. And it's just to help with cable management, so you don't have all those extra cables hanging out everywhere in your case. And there's a look at the back panel where you can plug your cables in. And on to the H100i water cooler. coming from my Alienware Aurora, it came pre-shipped with an Alienware liquid cooler on it, so I've never put in a liquid cooler myself, but I was able to do it with no problems. They give you plenty of instructions, and of course you can always go on YouTube and watch people put them in if you have any trouble with them. But got some warranty information, user guide. I went ahead and decided to get a liquid cooler because I know the Haswell CPUs I've read are kind of along the lines of the Ivy Bridge, where they seem to have that heat issue where they run a little bit warmer than the Sandy Bridge processors, which is what I'm coming from. I had an i7 2600K in my Alienware. But there's your power connections and your USB for the H100i. And they also ship you all the mounting brackets you'll need, whether you're going AMD or Intel. The two-prong that I just showed was the AMD bracket, and then you'll need both the back plate and this front bracket for the Intel processors. And here is the H100i itself, the radiator, as well as the pump. The pump comes pre-applied with its own thermal paste, but you can always scrape that off and reapply your own aftermarket thermal paste if you're into that, or if you feel the need to. And I went ahead and also decided to get a couple extra 120mm fans to put on the side of my case, just to help cool the graphics card. These are the Silent series from Corsair. They also make another type of fan you can buy if you want to replace the ones on the H100i. They're made for push-pull configuration, so it'll help you pull and push hair through the radiator. But these, like I said, are going to be going onto my case, and I really like the red fan ring that they put in there. They also come with blue and white if you want to interchange them just to match your color scheme inside your case. But since my motherboard has the red and black design on it, I went ahead and left the red ring in there. And here is the i7 4770K Haswell processor. I was kind of hesitant in getting the Haswell processor. I was going to go for an Ivy Bridge. It's just more been out for longer and had more reviews and whatnot on it. But Newegg was running a special. The motherboard, the MSI GD65, and the 4770K were bundled together, and I was able to save right at $50 buying this combination, as opposed to the motherboard and the 3770K that I was looking into getting. Here's the stock Intel CPU cooler that I will not be using, and then your user manual. And now on to the graphics card, the EVGA GTX 780 superclocked with the ACX cooling design. I must say this is one hard product to find in stock. If you happen to find one in stock, then you are one lucky individual right now. I think I had to wait about a week and a half after I first decided to get this card, and I had to basically order it within, a few seconds of getting the notification. I think I checked about 20 or 30 minutes later after I'd purchased it, and it was already out of stock again. So the real limited stock for these cards right now. But I wanted to go ahead and jump up to the 780 as opposed to a 770, coming from a 670 myself, just because the 780 uses the same PCB board and a lot of the components that the Titan uses. And from some of the reviews I've seen, if you're lucky enough and the card will overclock good enough, you can get a little bit better performance than the Titan. So that's a great thing. There's the user manual, and you get a driver's disc, which you do not need. I always recommend downloading those from the website to get the most updated version. And they give you a nice little case badge that, once again, I like those. You get a little sheet showing you how to hook up the power connections to your card, as well as a little quick start guide. And this is the note basically saying that if your motherboard is not updated to the latest BIOS, it may not be compatible with the card, and which is the main reason I went ahead and started buying a new computer, as the motherboard on my Alienware was not compatible with Windows 8 or the new 700 series graphics cards. You get some Molex connections as well as a DVI to VGA adapter that nobody really uses anymore. And here is the card itself. I must say this is a really nice looking card. I really enjoy the look of the ACX cooler, and seems to run quite a bit cooler than the stock blower design on the reference cards, which is always a good thing. It's really a well-made card. It's got some nice weight to it. You feel like you're really holding a nice, well-made product in your hands. And of course, like most modern cards now, you get the DVI, dual-link DVI port, standard DVI port, an HDMI, and a display port on the back of the card. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys just some footage that we shot of me putting all the components together. We did this with my GoPro Hero 3 Black, so it might be a little bit, the video might look a little bit different than the rest of the footage did earlier. But was going to go ahead and give you guys some just overview and performance results from what I've gotten so far out of the computer. I've had it up and running for a little under a week now, and have no real issues with it. Got lucky and everything booted up with no errors the first time around, other than the two case fans on the front of the case. The LED lights did not light up, and that was my bad. I didn't have the Molex connection powered up right, so that was the only issue that I had so far. And I've gone ahead and overclocked the CPU up just a little bit. It's actually running on the motherboard's stock overclock profile. It comes with an overclock button, and it has two modes. You have a turbo mode and a gaming mode. The turbo mode, if you'll turn that on, it'll bump the CPU up to about 4.0 gigahertz, and the gaming mode will get you on up to about 4.2 just off the motherboard itself with no tweaking or anything. So right now I've got it on the gaming mode, running at about 4.2 gigahertz stable. Temps seem to be just fine. I think the highest I've seen under load was around 60 degrees with the H100i, so I'm pretty set with that right now. Later on I may try to go ahead and bump it up to around 4.5 to 4.6 gigahertz just for video editing and rendering purposes. I do a lot of that. So I've also done some tweaking and overclocking on the 780. I've got a pretty stable overclock now. I'm running it at just over 1200 megahertz under full load, so can't complain on that, and the performance has been all that I've expected and more with what I've tested so far. I put up a gameplay on my personal channel a couple of days ago showing Battlefield 3. I'll try to get some more gameplay up here soon with the card. The video that I posted the other day was just with the stock clock settings and everything straight out of the box. So now that I've got it overclocked some, I'll show that off for you. But if you have any questions about any of the products that I've purchased or showed off, just let me know on YouTube and I'll do my best to try to help you out. But I hope you enjoyed this build walkthrough, guys, and let me know down in the comments what you think, and if you have any questions or anything. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.